Squad. Vanessa Contreras here with Spar Bernstein personal injury attorney Moshe Borukh. Accidents happen when you least expect them. They could even occur when you're enjoying a day at the circus. That's what happened in the case we are about to discuss, in which Moshe won 6 figures for his client after a freak accident. Moshe, tell me the details about this.
This particular woman, such a wonderful lady, she's with her son attending a circus show when the Wuhan Trapeze Act began. Now, this is a typical trapeze act where people are swinging and stuff like that. And what happened was they use a net to protect them on the bottom, right, and just in case they fall. This net is secured by several metal poles. Now, one of these metal poles had a sling. This particular sling caught our client, who was sitting in the front row, and swung her shoulder up violently. And after that incident had occurred, they filled out an incident report just because they had to, and then she was presented to our office. And one of the issues in the case was that this particular performance was conducted by an independent contractor. So the circus, they were the owners, right? Then you had these performers who they hired from China. So what they argued was, we're not responsible for the injuries because they are independent contractors. Now, what we did was, because we were such good lawyers, we demanded the contract between the performers, and the circus owners. And what we found was that the contract provided for workers' compensation insurance to these performers. Now, what that tells me as a matter of law is that they're not independent contractors because workers' compensation insurance is applicable to employees. The judge agreed with our argument, dismissed their defense that they are independent contractors. And why did they make the argument about that they're independent contractors? Because if they're independent contractors, they're almost certainly always never responsible, the circus owners. So if they can get past that argument, then they're not responsible for any of her injuries. But because we did such good, diligent work, and we did our due diligence, we demanded the contract because we're entitled to it. We saw the language where they provided workers' compensation insurance. We showed it to the judge agreed with us, and the judge granted it in our favor. And then they mediated the case and settled it for close to $500,000.
Wow. Wow, just a trip to the circus.
Yeah.
And I mean, what would be the immediate response for your client at that moment? They went straight to the hospital? So, like, what's to happen immediately after?
So in this particular case, she didn't go to the hospital until about 2 days later. And she didn't even go to the hospital, she went to her PCP, which isn't really necessarily a good thing, because if you're injured, right, you're gonna seek medical attention immediately. In this particular situation, our client, she was a very, very strong woman. She didn't think anything of it immediately, although she did have an EMS check her out on site, which was provided by the circus. And then 2 days later, she went to her PCP, and that's when her symptoms began to display in front of her.
Moshe, thank you for all the details on that. Amazing settlement. If she had a lazier attorney who didn't look at that contract, she probably wouldn't have gotten that amount.
Probably not, and that's why we stress so importantly here at Spar Bernstein to get an attorney who knows what he's doing, who knows how it works, because the offer prior to us getting that contract was $140,000. And to any other attorney who hasn't seen the contract, that sounds like a pretty good number, right? Because if they are deemed independent contractors, the case is dismissed. It's over. We requested the contract. We wanted to see exactly what details there were in the contract, and we found that they weren't independent contractors because they had workers' compensation afforded to the employees, and we defeated the argument.
Thank you for all the deets on that, Moshe. And for any of your personal injury cases or consultations, you can just reach out to us at 1-800-529-5465.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.